Good morning children. Let's start today chapter 6, the last chapter of physics, magnetism. What is this magnetism? So before knowing about this, first of all tell me, have you ever seen that any object which attracts the iron towards itself? Yes, let us see here. You can see these are some iron nails and this is going to attract these iron nails. You can see. You can see here, these all iron nails attracted towards this object. Okay. And what is this object called? This is called magnet. Okay. And the property by which it is attracting all these iron towards itself, that property is called magnetism. Understood? So we will learn about magnetism and magnets in this chapter. Okay. So look at here. This magnet is having two types, natural magnets and artificial magnet. What is natural magnets? So naturally occurring material which possesses some inherent property to attract iron towards itself. That is called natural magnets. And what is artificial magnets? So magnets which is made by man, human. Okay, human beings made this artificial magnets, and artificial magnets are more stronger than natural magnets. These artificial magnets are made up of iron, cobalt, nickel, from all these materials. Okay, because these materials can be magnetized very easily. And different types of artificial magnets comes in different shapes. Okay. And how this magnet is discovered? Who discovered this type of stone, or you can say this type of rock? Okay. So about 400 years ago, the ancient Greeks discovered rocks which possess the attractive property. Attractive property, object which attract the iron towards itself. And they named them magnetite. And after that, they knew some more property of magnet, that it is having some directive property also. So they named it, name was changed, and they again named it lodestone. And that lodestones comes to know with us that it is divided into two categories, that is natural magnets and artificial magnets. So there are different use of these magnets. That have you ever seen that refrigerator doors? Have you noticed that it sticks? Doors sticks very easily. In the doors of refrigerator, there is a magnet is present there. That property of magnet is used there. And computer also, televisions, doorbells, generators, and many more like motors, many more materials, magnets. There is a lot of use of magnets, various use of magnets in our life. Now the question is, does magnet attract all the materials towards itself? Means all, like wood, plastic, rubber, steel, iron, all the materials? Definitely not. Magnets attract towards itself some selected materials like made up of iron, steel, nickel. So because of this property of magnet, the two types of materials is present here, like magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. What is this magnetic materials or magnetic substance? The substance which are attracted by the magnets very easily, like substance which are made up of iron, steel, nickel, cobalt, etc. These all materials attracted by the magnets very easily. Okay. And the substance like wood is attracted towards the iron, attracted towards the magnet? No, never. Aluminium, rubber, like copper, some stones or sand, these types of substance, a magnet cannot attract towards itself. And this type of substance is called non-magnetic substance. Okay. So magnetic substance and non-magnetic substance are the materials that are easily attracted by magnet are called magnetic substance, and the materials that are not attracted by a magnet are known as non-magnetic substance. Now, we have some different properties of magnet. This is very important. There are different properties of magnet. You have to understand about it. The first one is attractive property of magnet. So what is this attractive property of magnet? Just now I have shown you a magnet attract towards itself iron materials, the materials which are made up of iron. So this attractive property of materials means a magnet exerts some force of attraction on magnetic substance, this substance, okay, and this property is known as the attractive property of magnet. We know this. And second one is magnet have two poles, north pole and south pole. How do we come to know about this, that the magnet have two poles? So look at this figure given in your book. If you will tie a magnet with a string or simple thread, and just a freely suspended magnet will always rest in north-south direction only. Okay, even if you will disturb its position, but you will see after few seconds magnet will again come to rest in north-south direction only. And this property is known as the directive property of this magnet. Okay, and the end of the magnet that points towards, you know, the geographical direction, north, south, east and west. So this magnet always rests in north and south direction only. The end of the magnet that points towards the geographical north, this end is known as north pole of magnet. And the end that is pointing towards the south direction, geographical south direction, that is known as south pole of magnet. If you will just disturb its position, then after a few seconds you will see that the magnet, when it will come to rest, it will rest in this direction only, north and south direction. So through this we can understand that a magnet has two poles, north pole and south pole. Now the third property of magnet is both the poles exist in pairs always. Yes, a magnet's two poles, north pole and south pole, both the poles exist in pairs. How? So every magnet has north and south pole. Both the poles always exist in pair. How do we come to know about this? So when a magnet is broken into pieces, each piece has a north pole and south pole. Even if you will break it in a very smaller piece, like see, this is a bar magnet. It has north pole and south pole. If you will break this bar magnet and divide it into two parts, again it will have north pole and south pole. Both the part will have two poles. Okay. Now you want to break this into more smaller pieces. So you can see here in this 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces it is broken into. So north pole, this piece also has north pole, south pole. North pole, south pole. North pole, south pole. North pole, south pole. So even if you will break it into more and more smaller pieces, a magnet will always have both the poles, north pole and south pole. Got it? Now the fourth property of magnet is like poles repel and unlike poles attract each other. What is this property? What is this repel? Repulsion. When you will put two magnets together, when it's both the poles are like pole means same pole. So if the poles are same, if you will bring the magnets together closer to each other, it will not attract towards each other. It will always repel. Okay, it will go away from each other. And if you will bring two magnets opposite poles closer or towards each other, you will observe that the opposite poles will always attract very easily towards each other. Okay, so the north pole of one magnet will repel the north pole of another magnet, whereas the north pole of one magnet will always attract the south pole of the other magnet. Okay, and repulsion is true test for magnetism. Suppose two materials you will put and you have to find out which is a simple iron piece. Suppose two bar objects bar shape. Suppose this is magnet, this is iron, and you have to identify which is iron and which is magnet. So you will bring one magnet and just see that which one is attracted towards itself. Suppose magnet will definitely, suppose if I will bring this magnet towards this magnet, it will attract. Iron also will get attract. So how do we come to know that which is iron and which is magnet? So if you will change the pole of this magnet and bring it towards the iron, iron will get attracted. But when the like poles come together of both the magnets, it will not get attracted, it will repel. So that is why repulsion is called as true test. Attraction is not called as true test, because attraction we cannot know that we will not be able to find out which one is a iron. Okay, which one is a magnet and which one is a iron. Only repulsion test will give you the sure test that this, yes, this is iron or this is magnet. Got it? Now, the last property is the strength of a magnet is maximum at its poles and minimum at its center. Yes, definitely. Any magnet, its strength is maximum at its two poles. Suppose this is a magnet, bar magnet. You will observe that if you will bring this magnet towards some pieces of iron like this, suppose some powder or small pieces of iron is there, you will observe that all the iron will get attracted towards the north pole or south pole more and more. Very few you will see in its center or middle parts. Why? Because north pole and south pole, poles part has maximum attractive property, okay, than its other parts. So the strength of magnet is maximum at its poles and minimum at its center. Central part will have minimum attractive property and this two part will have maximum attractive property. I hope you have understood all these 5 properties of magnets. Attractive properties, that magnets have two poles and both the poles exist in pair. About like poles and unlike poles, that like poles repel and unlike poles attract. And the strength of magnet is maximum at its poles and minimum at its center. Okay, so student, you have to read this chapter up to the properties of magnet, up to here. Okay, and just fill up these blanks. This is your homework. Okay, this is your homework. You have to complete up to here. Next day with the next video, we will understand magnetic field. What is magnetic field? Got it?